It's time for another WrestlePlanet news update, as AEW have sold out the United Center, the Dark Order respond to speculation of Bray Wyatt joining the group, and a former WWE Champion has been let go from their contract. All that and more coming up in today's video, but first... Last night, PWG held their first event since December 20th, 2019, hosting Mystery Vortex 7 from the Globe Theatre in Los Angeles, California. The main event saw PWG and Ring of Honor champion Bandito defend his PWG title against Impact Wrestling and AAA's Black Taurus, successfully retaining the belt. After the match, Flamito and Black Taurus attacked the champion before Super Dragon made a surprise appearance to help with the beatdown. Brodie King then showed up to help Bandito to no avail, leading to a surprise appearance from AEW's Malakai Black, turning the tide and clearing the ring. This is the first time Black has been seen in PWG since September 2016, having wrestled 8 matches for the company in the past under his former name of Tommy End. It's currently unknown what he'll be billed as going forward, but he has been announced for their next show, which will be the Free Mendes 6 event on Sunday, September 26th. Next up, we have a report from Bodyslam.net that 2 non-AEW wrestlers were backstage for last week's Fight for the Fallen episode of AEW Dynamite. Bodyslam's Cassidy Haynes revealed that current WWE superstar Zelina Vega was backstage for the show, accompanying her husband Malakai Black. Also at the show was Ring of Honor and New Japan star Brodie King, who was said to be there to visit friends who work for AEW. As we mentioned earlier in the video, King was joined by Malakai Black at last night's PWG show in Los Angeles, and it'll be interesting to see if the two perhaps team up in AEW somewhere down the line, or if this was in fact just a casual visit. Impact X Division champion Josh Alexander recently defended his title against Black Taurus on the recent AEW Homecoming event, and is looking for a new challenger at Impact Bound for Glory. In a promo posted to the Impact Wrestling Twitter page, Alexander made a direct challenge to All Elite Wrestling, asking them to send over their best, and he said, "Black Taurus, you were AAA's best. If we look at my title reign, I've beaten someone from New Japan that's supposedly the best, someone from AAA that's supposedly the best. I have run through the entire Impact X division. So maybe I need to look elsewhere." We're talking about all these different promotions coming at Bound for Glory. AEW? Yeah, you know who I'm talking about. I'm saying you give me your best, and we will see which division matters most in this company. Alexander has been the X Division champion since defeating Ace Austin at the Rebellion event this past April. He has beaten New Japan's El Phantasmo and AAA's Black Taurus, and his open challenge throws up many possible contenders. Sammy Guevara, Darby Allin, and Jungle Boy instantly spring to mind as AEW stars who would be excellent X Division champions, but let me know who you think AEW should send over to challenge Josh Alexander in the comments down below. Elsewhere on the aforementioned Homecoming event, the first ever Homecoming King and Queen were crowned. The tournament saw 8 mixed gender teams battle it out to become winners, with the finals coming down to Impact Knockouts champion Deonna Purrazzo and her partner Drama King Matthew Wehrholt taking on Decay's Rosemary and Crazy Steve. In the end, the newly debuted Drama King marked his first Impact event with a victory, as he and Purrazzo walked away with the crowns. The former Aiden English has been a free agent since April 2020, and his Impact debut was recently teased at Slammiversary in a video package. This is his first high-profile wrestling appearance since his release, and it seems Impact may have some big plans for him. On their path to victory, they beat Hernandez and Alicia, as well as real-life couple Chelsea Green and Matt Cardona. All Elite Wrestling have today announced a brand new broadcast deal that will see AEW Dynamite and AEW Rampage, as well as AEW's pay-per-view events, air in India. Both of the TNT shows are set to premiere in India on Sunday, August 15th, which is Independence Day in the nation. Tony Khan and AEW released a statement today regarding the news and said, "Through our partnership with Eurosport India, we're looking forward to showcasing the best professional wrestling that fans in India demand demand and deserve. We were an instant success in the US, and now fans across the world are discovering AEW, feeling refreshed and excited about professional wrestling again. We can't wait for fans in India to experience our dynamic storytelling, high-flying action, and incredible roster of global stars and homegrown talent on a weekly basis. This is another step forward for AEW, who look to grow internationally, and I've had many comments in the past from Indian subscribers who hope to have AEW shown in their country, and now they've got their wish. Less than an hour after tickets for AEW Rampage: The First Dance went on public sale, the show has sold out. The special edition of Rampage will be held from the United Center in Chicago, Illinois, the home of the Chicago Bulls and the Chicago Blackhawks. The pre-sale for the show started on Friday, and 12,000 tickets had been sold before they even reached the public. The show is heavily expected to see the debut of CM Punk in All Elite Wrestling, who will make his first official appearance in a wrestling ring since Royal Rumble 2014. And have any of you managed to get a ticket for this historic event? Let me know in the comments down below. And quickly, just before we continue, make sure you scroll down and drop a like and subscribe with notifications turned on so you don't miss any upcoming wrestling content as we head towards 20,000 subscribers. But now that you've done that, let's get on with the rest of the video. This week, WWE made a shocking release after Bray Wyatt was let go from his contract, making him a free agent. Naturally, this led to fans to wonder if he is set to join AEW, and more specifically, the Dark Order. This would seem to make sense due to Bray Wyatt's links with the Exalted One, Brodie Lee, with both members linking up as part of the Wyatt family in WWE, as well as being very close friends before Brodie's unfortunate passing in December. In June, Cody Rhodes dismissed the idea of a new Dark Order leader, stating that -1 Brodie Lee Jr. is the leader of the group. Now, Dark Order member Evil Uno has responded to the speculation, posting 2 tweets regarding the matter and said, "Release, he should join Dark Order, repeat. Evil Uno is the Uno-official leader." Now, whilst it's unlikely at this point, I genuinely wouldn't mind seeing Bray Wyatt take the reins of the group, at least until he can hand over leadership to Brodie Lee Jr. officially when he's old enough. I think Wyatt is the only person worthy of following in the footsteps of the Exalted One, other than his son, of course. I think some kind of moment where Wyatt hands the crown down to -1 could really be one of the best moments in AEW history. But what do you think about Bray Wyatt becoming the Forsaken One of the Dark Order? Let me know in the comments down below. Earlier today, we released a video talking about the status of NXT's Adam Cole, who could be set to leave WWE by the end of this month. Cole, who is the longest reigning NXT champion in history, recently signed a short-term contract extension, which sees him stay with the company until after SummerSlam weekend. This was after his contract expired last month. The extension will allow him to work on the NXT TakeOver 36 event that same weekend, which suggests that it will be his last contracted appearance. TalkSport have learned that Cole signed his extension with WWE in order to work a match with and put over former Undisputed Era teammate Kyle O'Reilly on his way out of the door. After this, he will be free to work wherever he pleases as soon as he likes, with there being no non-compete clauses on deals that expire, only on deals that are cut short through a release. It is believed that Triple H will do all he can to keep Cole in the company, but many are expecting him to leave in favour of joining up with girlfriend Britt Baker and his friends in the Elite over in AEW. As it stands, his last contracted match will occur just 2 weeks before AEW's All Out pay-per-view, which opens up the possibility of another high-profile debut for the Jacksonville promotion, with CM Punk and Daniel Bryan also expected within the next 2 months. And finally, today Wrestling Inc. and Fightful have confirmed that WWE have made yet another release from the company. 16-time world champion Ric Flair has been let go from his contract following a request from the talent himself. Flair is said to have contacted Vince McMahon directly to express his frustration with booking decisions on the show. Recently, Flair publicly admitted to feeling uncomfortable with the recent Lacey Evans angle, which saw the 72-year-old become the love interest of the 31-year-old Evans, accompanied accompanying her to ringside against his real-life daughter, Charlotte Flair. Lacey would then become legitimately pregnant, which would then become part of their on-screen act with hints that Flair was the father. Flair is considered one of the greatest of all time and no doubt deserves more than being presented as a joke on screen. He hasn't been on television in a while, and it's unknown if there were any plans to bring him back, but it can be assumed that there were, given that he was unhappy with booking decisions. It remains unclear what's next for Ric Flair, who may well just sit back and retire, or perhaps he'll go on to become a manager or on-screen character elsewhere. And before you go, why not check out my video where I discuss 5 ways that AEW could book the debut of CM Punk.